Welcome back to The Good Talk, our post-game recap and Q&A show where we discuss the game that we just played and answer all your burning questions, both Warhammer and otherwise. We just came off of a wild game between the forces of the Iron Warriors and the Imperial Fists. And also, welcome back, Nick.
Yeah! It's been a year, I think.
It has been a year.
Yeah.
It's been a while. We actually haven't had a ton of guests at all, so I'm excited we got to have you back on.
You know, COVID surges and...
It's almost like something was happening.
Yeah,
that made it so
something.
we couldn't really have everyone over all the time.
Yeah.
So that's a thing. Now, you have a really cool collecting habit for miniatures, which I've talked about sometimes on the channel, but I think it's cool to bring up here, where you collect like 2,000 points of different chapters, and that's kind of an ongoing thing.
Yeah.
And to a lesser extent, you actually have similar things for some of the CSM chapters, right? You have an Elf Legion army, you have an Iron Warriors army.
I have Red Corsairs going to be working on. I'm going to do the 30 bike thing.
So cool.
Since I just got a great eBay deal, so I'm going to do that.
I love it.
So that's pretty easy. Red's really easy to paint, so it's really easy to highlight. So that should be pretty quick.
Yeah.
But I'm doing the Phobos army, which I have to get done before you can't play the rules starting next year competitively.
Oh my God, that's
so
right.
I have to get it done like, I'm going to try to get it done by October. If I can get it done by October, which I should. I've done all the infantry.
Yeah.
It's just like the elites and some of the tanks, or the walkers. Then I might play it at SoCal. We'll see.
That's
and lose all my
amazing.
games, but it'll be most hilarious.
People will give you props to that because they'll have like never seen it before.
Yeah.
Seedroots, who was in chat earlier, might be in here now, is a big fan of it.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
Yeah.
So today we were treated to your Iron Warriors collection, which is such a cool Legion, and we're gonna try out a bit of the new book.
Yeah.
So that was cool. It was a weird game,
Yes.
very low scoring, but at least it was equally low scoring until the very end.
Yeah, until I can't remember that once I broke your back.
I know.
Once I put you in my iron cage.
Oh, the killing power was so crazy. Like, I knew it was going to be a lot, but when that first turn you just melted 10 intercessors,
Yeah.
I was like, this is not good. And so it was just like throwing walls of bodies like up physically.
Yeah, I wonder if like I would have maybe held the blade, like just threw all the intercessors at me and just helped the blade guard and the centurions behind the wall and being like, have them exhaust all those things because you had the power to give anything obsec.
Obsec, yeah.
And you did control one side of the board because I went all in on one side. So I think that would have changed the game a lot. Actually, you actually would have, because then you would have played into the low points.
Exactly. I totally agree. I think crossing that midfield, well, shock tactics is what got me.
Yeah, that's right. That baited you into everything.
I was feeling like I needed to push forwards, and shock tactics is normally a pretty solid secondary, but this was a really tough match for it. So
especially because I didn't go first, then it would have been a little better for you because I would have been on the points.
Exactly.
Well, as a 2-3, or sorry, as a hold 1, hold 2, the funny thing is, I think you should have just given him one of your objectives and then take it back every turn.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because you were trying to fight for his objectives with shock tactics,
and
that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
It was too far away.
Yeah, I just needed to give one up and take it back. Which, I mean, it's funny, we've seen that with shock tactics, we've seen it with Long War, where there's this weird, and I think it's an interesting and good interaction where it's like, if your opponent isn't taking those points, then you can't score it.
Right.
So almost like, you either have to be totally dominating, or there has to be some ebb and flow to the battle, otherwise you actually can't score that.
So,
interesting.
Once again, it comes back to table your opponent, right?
Just table your opponent,
yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah. Make them
like
concede early, right? That's a good one, too.
Yeah. I guess they don't want to keep playing.
Just be like, this is really miserable for you. And you're like,
Yeah. Look, I mean, we can finish, but...
Yeah.
Now, so you've had this collection for a while, but this is your second game with this list and kind of coming to it with the new book, right? How are you finding it?
I'm enjoying it. The thing is, I'm just getting crushed by the no CP. Because it's like there's combos out there, I just can't do them. I have to focus on what's the best. I mean, that's always kind of been the stratagem game, but it's really being like, there's like, because like I said, I was explaining in the beginning of the game, I didn't go to the full detail, is that there's so many stratagems that like my little rubric Thousand Sun unit can do, the flamers, where it's like, I could put you into close combat, you can go into close, I can like send the Land Raider, tag you, then spend a CP to have them flame into the combat. And since it's all hitting, I'm not doing any wounds to anything else.
I love it.
So there's just like a lot of things I couldn't do. And of course, the 2 games I played, I've been like, I want to burn everything down. So of course, I'm like, they're going to die. So holding them back in the future is probably what I'm going to do because I'm going to keep that unit's baller.
Yeah, they're great.
And even though they shine for just 1 second, you were so petrified of them.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and especially if, like we've been said, but repeating, if they get the icon keyword, it's going to be...
Oh, it'd be so nuts.
It's going to be good. And they also have the Auspex. They get Auspex can because they're Tzeentch. So if you deep strike anything near them, so I'm like thinking Zephyrum, all that stuff, being like, let's do this. I'm going to flame you on them, then I'm going to, when you charge me with the unit, I'm going to burn that as well. So, and they can give themselves 4-up invols. But we did find out the thing, they don't get the invol. We found that out, which is a crazy thing, which is I need to remember.
So that spell becomes very, very interesting, though.
Yeah.
And I didn't even realize until we went to it. I was
Yeah.
like, okay. I'm like, wait, it's a detachment bonus.
Yeah.
So very interesting.
But
I think I'll be curious to see what they do with the icons.
Yeah.
Because, like, on one hand, giving them extra AP is a little crazy.
Yeah.
But it's also very awkward right now, where it's like, you get an extra Cabal point.
Yeah.
And in a way, it'd be good to have an FAQ that just says, when you put them in this army, take away this line. Or they can't take icons or something. You know, like, just to be very clear on what the stance is.
Yeah, totally.
So.
And the one thing I'd really like that, I like my Mauler Fiend Disco buddy team.
Oh,
it's been so good. It's won me both. I mean, it's really won me both games.
Yeah.
That I've played so far with it.
It's tough to get through.
Yeah.
And if you don't, then you're just going to heal right up and do all the stuff.
And thanks to your transhuman, the ectoplasm wasn't as good as I expected.
Yeah.
But against most armor, if I'm fighting other Chaos Space Marines, it's fantastic. Yeah. The 3 damage flat is really good. So there's a lot to play with. I'm gonna put another Land Raider in. I've been talking about that. I have 3 of those Land Raiders. So I'm gonna go to 2. I think is the sweet spot. 265. Don't have to do anything to them.
No.
And that's it. And they're just. And the thing is, baiting people into shooting them. You shot them once. I'm like, don't even shoot them once. You should have shot the Rhino.
Yeah. Literally anything else.
Yes. Literally anything else.
Anything else.
Yeah. It's funny, like, you have the 2 Rhinos. Do you just start by just dropping the 2 Rhinos and you're already 100, you only need 100 more points and you have another Land Raider?
Yeah.
It's like, that's pretty interesting.
But I've done twice. I've done that. I've put in the Master of Executions inside the Rhino.
Mm-hmm. And he gets his way up.
And he gets his way up, which is funny because if you had more firepower, I only did it because I was like, there's no way I could roll the 1 out of the explosion if you blew him up. That would be really sad. It's a possibility. So I would normally put him with the 5. Actually, no, he started with the 5-man. I dropped the 5-man out. That's right.
That's true.
So
but the thing is, I was the least of my problems. You were such like threat overload that I couldn't deal with it. Like, I knew he was in there, and I tried to block at the end, but that was the only thing I could do because I had like all of my firepower had to go into these targets.
Yeah.
And all my charges had to go into certain targets. So he was pretty safe because of that. Cool.
Yeah, I guess the other mistake you made, and you kind of saw the thing is that if the infiltrators were up there, you would have gotten first turning, would have blocked all my bodies.
Yep. I should have Look, I'm not going to say I was too worried about the Terminators, but extra CP would have been nice. Getting up there would have been nice. It also means if I have to go first, then I can also... No, you don't get the Long War on this map because you're not actually on the point.
Yeah.
There are some maps where you might just have a couple things on it and you can kind of run in.
Yeah.
So, as you know, Nick, on this channel, we like to pick an MVP for the game. Do you have an MVP for today? I think there's several things that worked.
Yes.
Or was there one that outshined all of them?
Mauler Fiend lived the whole game, and he just everything he did, he picked up everything. The +1 to hit is just
It's so good.
it's so good. And then I'm wounding everything on 2s most of the time.
Do you remember when they hit on 4s? You remember
Yeah,
that?
remember that?
Yeah.
Remember that? Last they've been,
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
yeah. Since the beginning of time, this is the
Farm
first time
remembers.
they finally are at 3 ballistic skill.
And there's ways to buff them to hitting on 2s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is like
Craziness.
big deal.
Yeah. I think that's one of the interesting things about this book is like there's the concept of like core and the concept of demonkin, and like the way they've like kind of parceled out the 2 buffs, because it's not like, oh, you're demonkin, you get nothing.
Yeah.
You actually are certain things, so they've like given you buffs, but you just can't get all the same buffs that like legionnaires could get.
And the thing is that this is a sign of a good army because Abaddon's OP, but like for the most part, I think they're going to place. They're going to get a lot of 3rd places, a lot of 2nd places.
Yeah.
Probably not going to get a lot of 1st place awards, but they will occasionally.
Yeah.
But the thing is that like you were just mentioning, you can play the demon, like you get all the cults. You get all the chapters basically, and then you can be like, I'm going to play this version of it, Demonkin. I'm going to play this version of it with the demon engines. I'm going to play this version of it with troops. Yeah. There's so many different versions you can play this army that seem all at a least above average tier, and that is signs of a good codex. They really did a good job. The only problem is that they had to give us no CP. So that would have, that would actually, in the retrospect, that might keep them from being, really top tier. It's probably that. It's probably going to be there holding them back.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's definitely a book designed with more CP in mind, but also I think a book designed with a bit of mindfulness for the complexity. They're starting to like tone things down a bit and get in more line. Like I would love to frankly see all the books at this power level. I think we'd be at a very stable, interesting game where it's less volatile.
Yeah.
Now, on the fist side of things, I guess I have to give an MVP.
Yeah.
I don't
Do I
think
have
you
to
do.
give an MVP?
I don't think you have to give
You know
an
what?
MVP.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say it was the heavy intercessor.
The heavy intercessors, they did their job.
Eradicators were
Kill the hell
one of the least non-functioning units you had.
That's true.
At least not functioning. That's so nice.
It's like I said before, I'm a fan of Ink Master, and sometimes there is no best tattoo of the day.
Yeah.
It's just, you know what? Y'all just messed up, all right? Do
Yeah.
better. So I'm not going to give it an MVP today. Now, if you guys have any questions, we're happy to answer more questions about the game, but also about life, Warhammer,
About life.
life. We can talk about life.
Remember when we used to give car advice?
Yeah. Well, people would ask us. They'd be like, what do you think we should, they would give us, specific texts on,
They would ask
Cars.
questions that we didn't even
Are you saying cars or
understand the
car?
question. Cars.
like, vroom, vroom, beep, beep.
that just goes to show our expertise on cars.
Well, I just got a new car.
You did. It's adorable.
Do you want to ask us questions about your car? Because we will give you some terrible advice.
Please don't.
Yeah. Let us know.
But now he said no. I said no, so now it's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's
As long as it's super chat, you can ask.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah.
All right, thanks, Jack. Howdy from Texas. Still
Hey.
hoping for Crimson Fists content, but Imperial Fists are one step closer. John is a fiend for Dorn and the Emperor 7.
So it's funny because, Jack, when you super chatted before asking for fists, I said I know someone that has a Crimson Fist army. It's this guy.
Fully painted and also beautiful.
Yeah, we'll have to get them on, honestly.
Yeah.
Because literally, do you know anyone else?
No, I don't.
I've actually never, ever seen one.
One Fault Line person who has
One
Crimson
Fault Line?
Fists.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
crazy.
steal his army.
Steal his army?
Yeah.
Just take it.
I'm
So
sure
you-
it's beautiful.
That's true.
But
That's
yeah.
true.
But yeah, I have it. I just have to. There's the only thing I do have to finish painting some 2 dreadnoughts, and then it will be done.
Dreadnoughts.
That's
Yeah.
it.
It's cool. So we'll get it back on, Jack. And look, John is a fiend.
John is a fiend. Thanks, Connor. Hey, Titans. Rules question. Can a Cowardice Assassin appear turn 1? The wording says it can appear at the end of any movement phase, but is that countered by the no deep strike turn 1? Yeah, Connor. So the wording on every deep strike says it can arrive on any turn, and the mission pack is what tells you that you can't come in turn 1.
Because the basic rules you can come up to run, right?
Right. If
Yeah.
you're just playing open
War.
play,
Oh yeah, open war.
yeah,
open war.
then you can just there's no rules. So you can do whatever you want. You could deep strike turn 5. You could deep strike turn 7 because you can have random mission length in open war.
That's true.
You can do anything you want.
Don't. That gave me some trauma right
You're
there. I
not
don't
making the
remember
best
that.
case here.
Oh Lord.
Or we're trying to say it's a legitimately part of the game to come in turn 1, but not in competitive.
Right.
We're just like, yeah, play whatever
So
you want.
depending on the
Make up
mission
rules.
pack, the mission pack's what tells you whether or not you can come in turn 1. Most mission
Actually, a very
packs,
Brian answer. Do what you want.
Yeah.
most mission packs have something called tactical restraint, which is what stops you from gaining a bunch of command points. It's what stops you from using stratagems over and over again, and it's what stops you from deep striking turn 1. Drop pods specifically ignore this rule. That's why they can deep strike turn 1.
Yeah, they look to the drop pod for the verbiage of it, but it's like
And what else does it know too?
Dreadglaw.
And serpents. Right, serpents or is it falcons? It's one of the two.
Oh, falcons.
Falcons,
Yep.
Falcons are Elder drop pods.
Pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So they say regardless of any mission rules,
Yep.
they can come in turn 1.
Hope
question.
that helps, Connor.
Yeah.
Thanks, Max. Had a nightmare where I was learning the new rules of AOS with my night haunt. Adrian was playing in my small town hobby store. He was willing to teach me. He then proceeded to table me.
Nice.
Wow.
I love it.
Wow, Adrian. This guy was just learning AOS, and in his dream, you terrorized him.
Apparently. Well, he was learning 9
But you're saying that's a nightmare. Maybe that's a bonus.
A dream.
A dream.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you feel like? Did you break? I wonder if he broke him in sweats after he came. He's like,
Yeah, he wakes up.
he's all looking gaunt and ghostly. Who knows?
For some reason, all of his night haunt models are all in his bed. He's covered in night haunt models.
Yeah. And there's a little bit of torn cloth of like a patterned shirt,
Yeah.
like the cat shirt. Was it all a dream? It was a nightmare. I had a nightmare about playing Brian once. I think I told you guys this.
Guppies?
No, it wasn't Guppies. That was Zach's nightmare. My nightmare was I was on a Viking longship in the middle of a storm, and Brian was like a Viking, full outfit, giant beard, and he's like, ha ha! And then he's beating me, and I'm trying to move, and there's literally a storm coming, and I started beating him, and I finally started winning, and then a giant wave just comes and washes the whole board away, and he's like, guess we'll never know what happened, and he's like, no! And then I woke up literally in a cold sweat.
Wow.
Not traumatized at all.
One
So
thing
I'm
is-
sorry to pass this on to you, Max.
Unfortunately, I don't dream.
You don't dream at all?
Nope. I also have very
psychopath?
slight lucid dreams occasionally.
Oh, okay.
Occasionally.
I would take that.
No,
that's
lucid.
Are you no dreamer?
I very rarely remember my dreams. I have had times in my life where I remember my dreams, but they were so weird
Yeah.
that they just gone immediately.
Well, my dream story, and I'm going to stick to this, is that so I had growing up, my older brothers, and they tormented me, and they made me watch Nightmare on Elm Street, like all the first 3 of them.
Yeah. Wow.
So I literally had Freddy Krueger in my dreams all the time growing up, and there was one day where Freddy Krueger was trying to make me jump off a cliff to kill myself, and I said, "I don't believe in you."
Yeah.
And that was last vivid dream I remember.
and
in
then
my
you
life.
flew off into the sunset.
No. I just woke up.
Superman.
That's crazy. And then you
that's-
never had that again.
Never had that again. Never had Freddy Krueger. Never traumatized me, and then that's when I started not really remembering my dreams.
Wow.
You overcame
Freddy
your,
Krueger.
your adversity.
That's
Yeah.
actually really cool. Terrifying.
Yeah,
So cool.
But yeah, it was like a good year where it'd just be like once a week a nightmare Freddy Krueger class.
Sucks.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I remember I saw Raiders of the Lost Ark
Yeah.
at
Oh,
the
the
age of
scene.
like 6, and the face melting scene
Yeah.
really messed me
Oh
up.
no.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
it's an old movie too. Is Poltergeist.
Yeah.
If you ever watched that when you were young, that also
Yeah.
screws you up too.
I saw Jurassic Park when I was young. My grandparents took me. I don't remember this, but they just like picked me up, and I'm just like crying, like the dinosaurs gonna eat the car, dinosaurs. But I used to actually lucid dream. I got really good at it, but I also sleepwalk, and lucid dreaming fed into that.
Yeah.
And it ended very badly, actually. This is a similar thing where I thought I could like fly in my dreams. Like I would like you feel that moment. So like I used to do gymnastics. So as I'm like going to sleep, I would kind of like I don't know, just mess with like the feeling of like flipping and turning upside down. And like the moment that I started to like have irrational kind of like dream thoughts, I'd be like, oh, it's happening, going to sleep. And then you like latch onto it, and then you could like control it. And so in dreams, I'd be like, oh, I'm dreaming, I can fly.
Oh no.
I didn't know that a lot of this was actually manifesting physically.
Oh no.
And I remember the last time I lucid dreamed on purpose was I was literally like on a balcony, and I was like, I'm in my dream. And I'm like on this like balcony, it's like Victorian place. I was like, I can fly. And I like jumped off the balcony. I was like, yes! And I just like fell on the ground, and I'm like in the dream, I'm like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. All these people are watching. It's like a ball. And I'm like, what the heck? I'm in a dream. I can't fly. And then like that's all I remember. And I wake up the next day. I was in a bunk bed with my brother down below, and my desk chair was completely flattened. Like I literally just was, just cowabunga flat. It was a
Brother
metal
didn't
chair.
wake up?
He didn't wake up.
Wow.
I've done other things that woke him up in my dreams too, but it's like a whole saga. And after that, I was like, probably shouldn't do that anymore.
My only lucid dream thing is that my friends got into lucid dream phase, like in their early 20s, but they would do the Ouija board thing, because the Ouija board's about you not knowing that you're moving it, right?
Yeah.
So they would do this stuff because they wanted to do the Ouija dreams they thought they could dream together, dream walk together.
Oh, what?
Yeah. This is what happens when your best friends growing up are super stoners. So
Where were they like?
I remember vividly being like at one of their stoner parties and them just going and being like, yeah, and then I held your hand. Oh yeah, and like just feeding like they're you're both lying to each other.
Yeah,
like stop. And they'd be like, yeah, you were over at your other house and you sent me a message and like trying to pick up It was the funniest stuff ever. You're just like, that was because you talked about it when you were stoned before and you gave of course,
the bias, like the reverse bias.
Yeah.
That's amazing. What was the question?
it wasn't a question,
Sorry, Max.
Yeah. Don't worry, he will never be in your dream. So when you basically the question is that when you see him in a dream again, you just go, you're like, not real.
You have no power over me, witch.
Yeah.
And then Adrian's will face melt off, and he'll scream.
Yeah.
Thanks again, Connor. Bridger, the human calculator.
It's true. That's why we keep you around.
Yeah, because I can only count in threes, so we need him around.
Madman.
I'm actually much worse at arithmetic. I used to be like really good at mental arithmetic, and I just don't do it anymore.
Out of practice.
Much worse at it.
We were trying to help you with that today.
Thanks.
That's why I was giving it to you,
Appreciate that.
Because I knew exactly what I was doing. I was just making sure you remember.
I think you did mention when you came in today, you're like, hey, I feel like Bridger he's kind of lax on his mental arithmetic.
Yeah.
Throw him some math problems
Yeah.
today. And I was like, that's a good idea.
Good idea.
Yep.
It helped. I appreciate that.
Yep.
Thanks, Travis.
Hey.
Hey, Titans. Thoughts on this just for fun Oops All Infantry Ultramarines list?
Sweet. Let's hear it.
We have a chaplain, a chapter master, a lieutenant, 2x10 assault intercessors with power fist and power sword.
Can you do two?
Well, I think one in each.
Okay, good.
Oh, okay.
10 incursors, 5 infiltrators, 5 and 10 intercessors, 2x5 reavers, and 3x5 hellblasters.
I love it.
That's 2,000 points. That's so many bodies.
You can get a lot with Marines.
And
these
no
days.
Bobby G. I think you need Bobby G somehow in this.
Ooh.
There's no way to do it really.
You have to drop it.
You have to drop Hellblasters.
You drop the chapter master
Right, obviously, yeah.
and the lieutenant, because he does both of those.
Right? Yep.
You're
And
actually
you're
You're
close.
pretty close.
You're
getting
close.
Yeah.
And a Hellblaster. That does it.
Hellblaster give you extra points.
Or the
Hellblasters,
five infiltrators actually does it too.
5 hellblasters is basically a guild.
Yeah.
Oh, you have 10 incursors and 5 infiltrators. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the one thing I was going to say, I kind of like the
Draw-
5-mans.
Yeah, drop the incursors by 5.
Yes.
And drop your
Yeah.
characters and you get Gilly. And
That's
then
what
you're,
I do.
you're good.
And
You're
you
set.
can still do like cool incursor infiltrating stuff with units of 5.
Yeah.
You know, kind of keeping in mind that this is still like a for fun list.
Yeah, totally.
It does lose the oops all infantry aspect of Gilliman not being infantry.
Oh, because he's a non-infantry.
He's a monster. Which is
Oh, but
dumb
you're
because Abaddon's infantry.
Well, if you're doing this for fun, you're doing all primaries. I guess you don't have to have Gilliman because this is for fun. I don't know, but I think fun is Gilliman. So
Gilliman is really
for fun. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you could put him in.
Or Calgar.
Calgar is also cool.
He is infantry.
He's the low-key good tech.
And he gives you command points,
Yeah.
which are fun.
Yeah.
command points. Oftentimes fun.
yeah.
Often fun. Very fun list, Travis. Enjoy
Yeah,
it.
good luck in your games.
Yeah.
Play with a lot of terrain.
Just watch this game again and realize what he did bad with his intercessors and don't do the same thing.
Frankly, yeah. That's why I'm like, 10 incurses.
Hey, they got little knives.
There's also
Yeah.
10 Reavers in this list, so.
Reavers have tech. They're cheap. And they have that one strat that's good.
I'm into it, yeah. Especially for this list.
Yeah.
Thanks, Blood of Sanguinius.
Heyo.
Thanks for the game, lads. Bridger, if you remember, I shielded for Valerian when the Custodes Codex stopped. I think you mean dropped.
Dropped, yeah.
Thoughts now that Abaddon got his glow up? I saw on a past stream that you were getting him. Yes, so Soups painted for me Valerian and Alea, and the next time I play Custodes, I will be playing Valerian, and he will be awesome.
That's cool.
Can we just talk about how great those novels? Anytime those two characters appear, Guy Haley does such. I think it's Guy. No, it's French. It's the other guy.
Yeah. John French?
Is it French? It's not Guy Haley. It's another one. Oh, I can't remember his name. Anyway, he does all the Valerian stuff.
Yeah.
And the Wonder Twins.
They do great with that.
They're so
I love
good.
That. Those
Yeah.
pairings are
Yeah.
like,
They're pretty cool.
Sisters of Science are just really easy. Like you would never. They're easy to write because you just have the hand signal stuff. It's just kind of like you just visualize it.
They don't have any dialogue.
Yeah, but they have dialogue, but they do it in hand signals, right? But it's like, but you can visualize.
It's so easy to write.
It's just so easy to write.
And hey, you still have more personality
Yeah.
than Space Marines. So.
Yes. Yeah.
So true. So you're going to play them?
Yeah, definitely. The next time we play Custodes, I'm going to play Valerian and Alea together. They're both pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're cool.
Especially now that you have to pay for all this. Custodes got dunked on in terms of having to pay for everything.
Oh, yeah.
Because not getting free Warlord trait and relic, like before I was taking 4 Warlord traits and 3 relics.
But I mean, look, you don't have any strats anymore anyways, so.
Adrian, you legally can't take 4 Warlord traits and 3 relics anymore. That's 7 command points. You can't do that. That's not an
Can't go into negative?
You can't do that.
I would let you.
Custodies are in a, we have a deficit.
You should be able to
okay?
take out a loan on
We're
your CP.
in debt.
Yeah.
I will give you this Land Raider. You can keep it. I'm
take
sorry.
And make it
Just
warlord.
take Gilliman.
Just take Gilliman. Yeah,
Make him
yeah,
warlord.
There you go.
There you go.
Have you
It
considered
fits with the
Gilliman?
fluff of the books too. There you
Yeah.
feel them.
But because you have to pay for all those Warlord traits and relics now, name characters like Valerian and Alea that have like
Built-in stuff.
almost, built-in like almost Warlord traits, almost relics. This is a big deal. Thanks, Simon. Love 9th Ed for the most part, but it always feels like a waste when missions incentivize using units to babysit backfield objectives all game. Do you agree? And if so, any ideas to fix it? I wouldn't think of it that way.
Yeah.
I kind of agree with him. I don't like it either. But I think all the objectives need to be in no man's land. Get them all out of the deployments.
Oh, interesting.
That'd be a
Right.
fix.
Okay, I buy that. I'm not opposed to it, but I think that's like a good solution. Like,
Yeah.
if you don't like that, then that's a way to just
Because
remove it.
I mean, let's think about it. I mean, I'm probably missing something, but do we really have a sit back in the backfield, blow you off the table? Not even Tau don't even do that. Tau bring come up.
No, nobody does it, but it just incentivizes, it like tutorializes playing reasonably. Like, I will happily all in every game, but it's not the right thing to do. Like, just throwing all your models at your opponent feels good, but it's bad Warhammer. And so just having objectives in your home backfield tutorializes and incentivizes a proper way of playing, which is to
Where you
not
have this-
just throw everything.
And have just this one unit doing nothing for the whole game, just sitting there looking pretty.
Just chilling, yeah.
They're screening.
Right? Oh yeah, screen for the Terminators that are coming to get you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that'd be my. If you want to fix and something you feel is bad, I think putting all the objectives in the middle. But I agree. I like things doing stuff. I wish there was just like you had to keep on doing the action. Like you're digging for that archaeotech. Those
Right,
intercessors are just digging and digging. They're digging every turn.
Digging all the way.
Yeah.
'Cause then it feels like you're doing something.
Something. Yeah.
I can understand that. Yeah. I don't think it's a big problem, but I also totally
I get it.
I totally get it, and I think these are all good solutions.
Well, Adrian doesn't need the objective to be there for him to leave half of his army there for most of the game. Like, he's going to stay there
I'm gonna
anyway.
be there anyways.
Adrian has it ingrained. He doesn't need the tutorial. He closes all of those dialogue boxes.
Yep. Nope. Skip all.
Thanks, Andy. How can CSM deal with stuff like knights? Abaddon.
Mauler Fiends. Because they're ×2. I mean, you're winning on 5. You're winning on 3s.
good.
Mauler Fiends are good.
You need to play KG, right?
Yeah.
But you can. Again, they're not super fast, but they're relatively fast.
Yeah,
They're
move 10.
smaller. They can be obscured.
Obscured.
So you, in some ways, you almost need to wait around the corner with a brick because, as we mentioned, you have to come to the midfield to play the game. So it's not going to be a turn 1 or maybe even a turn 2 charge with the Mauler Fiends. But once they get close, then you make your play.
And also, Land Raider.
Yep.
I mean, honestly, yeah.
Land Raider.
Strength 9, good against T8.
Yeah.
D6 plus 2, a lot of damage.
Yeah.
And they're not great.
Just
at killing
hold
you
back. I just hold. You have to. The thing is, you can't because there's not great knight weapons that can blow them off.
No.
Especially if you keep them away from the thermals.
Castellan's really the only thing that really scares you.
Yeah, and they're not really taken. So.
And, yeah.
Yeah.
And so as long as you don't feed them into close combat, which you won't, you just keep back and if you have 2, you're throwing 8 last cannons at turn at.
A Land Raider is kind of like the sisters of knights.
Yeah.
Now let me explain that. they're at a point where they're quite tough, and they actually put
He's
scary
been waiting.
outputs.
He's been doing on this for like an hour now.
Yeah. No. Hold on. They're the sisters of knights.
You said Land Raiders are the sisters of knights, and that you have to explain at a base level what that metaphor
base
even
layer.
means.
Base
going-
layer.
okay, base
So
layer.
why are sisters good? Because they only have stats where it matters, and you
Okay.
only pay for what matters.
Okay.
Land Raiders is the same thing. They're durable and they kill. You're not paying for melee. You're not
Yeah.
paying for mobility. So 265. Knights are kind of the opposite, where you're paying a lot because they try to do everything.
Yeah.
Like you could have almost 2 Land Raiders for the cost of a single knight, and
Yeah.
that's pretty spicy.
Yep.
That's my thesis. That's my TED talk.
Land Raiders, sisters of knights.
Sisters
of knights. And knights don't get armor
Getting
contempt.
clipped. I know, right? That I don't know. No, yeah.
Knights should not. Don't even.
They
no,
shouldn't get armor contempt, but
Don't even.
they should get to play the game, which currently they can't.
Yeah, that CP thing really just makes me sad for
It
them.
was so weird.
It was weird.
Like they are like in the game for a hot second and then just right out.
Yep.
You yank the cord.
Yeah.
Yep.
Unfortunate timing, I think, is what that ended up being.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were the baby in the bathwater.
We'll see. 6 months from now, we might take it back.
Yeah, I imagine they'll fix it.
I'm surprised that Knights didn't get some sort of exception. I thought they should have gotten like a clause, some clause somewhere that's like, unless
Power
you're
clause.
Knights. Yep.
Hey, you like that?
The power clause of
Here always.
sisters.
Yeah.
Thanks, Joshua.
Power clause of sisters.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Whoa.
Thanks, Joshua. Please, Adrian, look into the camera and say, GW, James, Beasts of Chaos need a new battle tone.
I agree, James. GW James. Beast of Chaos need a new battle tone. That'd be awesome. What a cool line.
they do.
We talked
It's,
about how cool they
God,
are.
they just poop on them so much.
It's so weird.
Since for like 4 or 5, like, yeah, every time they just.
I can't remember when they were ever
When they first came out,
in Sigmar. Or
they were the
Fantasy?
first.
When there was no rules,
No, in
with no
Sigmar.
points.
Yeah. No, they weren't because it was match number of models.
Yeah.
So you'd be like, I have 1 Beastman. You're like, I have Gorjak.
Halfway through Sigmar 2, AOS 2,
Yeah.
they came out and they were the first people to have like a cool terrain piece that did really cool stuff.
I don't think they were that good then.
They weren't
I
good,
re-
but their terrain piece was cool.
They've always been cool. Though.
I remember being in England with all my fantasy friends, and we got that book came out that week. That book you're talking about, everyone read it, and we're like so excited. And then we're like, "This is like you're wrong." It was like, "This is trash." They just like this is the saddest. They were so bad because
know.
one of my friends has like this beautiful painted army of Beastmen. And we're just like, "I'm sorry, bro. Put them back in the cage." Yeah, I don't know why they poop on them so much right now. It's so weird because Beastmen are such a cool thing. I wish they were actually back into 40K too. We have, I guess, a couple models of them, but that's gonna be the next army after Squats.
Squats, bring it back.
Chaos
That'd be cool.
Beastmen, yeah.
I love Beastmen. I don't know if you're thinking of the same person, but so there's Battlescribe. There's the community. What's the free builder on?
Yeah, he's the one that makes it. Yes, Tony.
Tony. Yeah.
Tony,
So
yes.
I remember we played that Christmas tournament, and we had the amazing giant reindeer beastman, like giant.
Yeah.
It was so cool.
Yeah, there's a Battle for the Christmas Ham. So it was a Sigmar fantasy themed Christmas event that we used to run at our game store that went out. That's now gone, but
So sad.
yeah.
It was so cool.
Yeah, it was a great event.
Yeah, Tony, amazing army. Anyways.
Well, thanks, Edward. Greetings, Nick. What is the ultimate question to the ultimate answer of life, the universe, and everything?
I feel like this guy asks this of everyone, does he?
Question.
What is the answer from High Shackers 42? Is that what it is?
42.
Yeah, but he wants the question to the ultimate answer. So the question whose answer is 42.
Well, that's actually
Why
part of it.
does GW not balance the game?
42. Yep.
42 reasons.
Yep.
Checks out. Checks out.
That's definitely a Bell of Lost Souls article, right?
Yeah,
there.
right there. Oh yeah, putting it up right now.
42 reasons GW chooses not to balance 40K.
Can you?
That's definitely an article. I guarantee you, within 2 weeks, that article's going up.
You know what? I can text the owner of Bell Lost Souls right now and say, hey, Larry, I got an idea for you. Tabletop Titans wants to write this article, Bridger.
This one's on us.
Oh my god. Lost Souls.
Or is it more spiky? I don't know.
What? Which one's worse?
Yeah, no, is it which one's better choice for this question?
Oh, for this question?
It's more Bell Lost Souls, honestly.
No, this one is. Yeah. It's close, but
Yeah.
Thanks, Ditchwalker. Blood of Titans.
Blood of Titans.
It's like
Yeah,
with
combo.
the two things put
Yeah.
together.
I love it. Thank you, Ditchwater, for your generous super chat.
Thanks, Connor. Give Adrian the yellow dice. This was when you started to roll very poorly.
That was my little my thing to give me a second turn.
That was the beginning.
That was the beginning.
Beginning of the end, honestly.
Yeah. I was just like, I have hazard stripes. I'm rolling this yellow.
I need them. Well, you know what? Honestly, I feel bad who has to play against the Fists next because I'm playing them again. And they're gonna win.
You need to bring just some contemptors in.
Contemptors? No, they're so bad.
I know they're big.
cost CP,
I
yeah.
know. It's so
How
horrible.
do you make fists good?
Why is that even? I mean, regardless of the changes to the CP thing, why was that ever a thing? Why did
contemptor thing?
The CP thing for
tax?
relic stuff.
Because like 6 months prior, everybody was playing Forge World Dreadnoughts.
But it's
they
been a while
still
forever.
were.
It was yeah.
I think it was actually after.
No, it was before. It's always been the
it was
relic.
both.
There was always a thing you had to pay extra for the relic.
That's true, it
Oh,
always
it was
was.
always a tax. It was what you had to take an elite. You had to take something at an HQ.
right,
that's
That's
right.
what.
Yeah.
There was always the relic tax. That's what I'm talking about.
Here's
just in
my
general.
servitors because they're in elite slot.
Yeah.
Okay.
That one at least was thematic. You know, like
why.
servitors are kind of
Yeah.
doing stuff with
Exactly.
the Dreadnought.
Just say you can take only 0 of 1. They're relics, or God forbid you give up. You take them out of the books. You make one an upgrade for your dreadnought.
Oh.
In
Are
it.
you proposing we put Forge World rules in regular book?
Because why not? They're plastic now.
Oh, they are plastic now,
Not the
but
book
they weren't at
cards.
the time.
Can't you? But they're gonna. I think we
Well,
have.
there is a plastic version. There was always a plastic
But now
version.
the new one, plastic version, has even more bits, right?
But
And then we'll eventually get the plastic upgrade kit.
I don't think you can do
that's
double
possible.
gun with the new plastic kit. I think one has to be an arm, and the arm has a gun. It has like a Spider-Man
Has a-
gun.
yeah.
Has
Yeah.
a wrist gun.
Because in Horse Heresy, that's kind of what you want.
The
You wanna
wrist
build a
gun?
crump. No, just
You want a wrist
the dual,
gun.
the dual.
The wrist
loadout.
gun is pretty good.
Really?
Spider-Man's Spider-Man game.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I don't know what the question. There wasn't.
Give
a
Adrian the yellow dice.
Yeah.
Look, they
Tangents,
did not.
people. Let's keep it on.
Yeah. Focus.
I'm fine with tangents, but it's okay.
Thanks, Magnus. What up, fam? I know we riff on G-Dubs, but glad they finally put a tournament pack in the app. Extremely helpful. They have the missions and secondaries.
In the app?
What?
For free?
No, I'm sure you have to put a code
Let's-
in.
wait,
We have to put the code in, probably.
Wait, let's get a. Do we have a little book so we can see if the code's in the back of them?
You can't take our code.
No, you can't have our code.
I have my code. I haven't looked to see if there's a code.
There is a code, actually.
There is? Oh,
And I just
sweet.
didn't
I need
think
to,
twice about it.
need to put my code in.
Interesting.
Thanks, Magnus does nothing wrong.
One day,
It's true.
they'll go back to just digital only.
Yeah.
And you won't have to buy
Yeah,
a physical book. But
There's lots of things. Of course, love
that
G-Dubs.
day might be a decade from now.
Hey, we got points. The question is, I'm curious to see if the codexes that come out for 10th or whatever, whenever it happens, is that
Yeah.
going to have no points in them.
No
Just
points at all.
No points in the. No,
Oh,
they
that would
won't.
be interesting.
That's a bridge too far
No,
for
it's fine
G-dubs.
because they'll put the power levels in. People play casual and they'll have the points. No, we'll have points, but it'll be online.
I think what they want though is like, if you
It saves 2
are-
pages. Okay, that's 2 pages they can pay less, 2 cents.
That's the reason they
And
might
the
do
price of the book will go up.
Yeah, it's already $60.
Yeah. Oh my
no
God.
points, but $5 more.
Yeah. I think they'll still print it just because they want people to just be able to play with whatever's in there, no matter how outdated and terrible it is.
Even
Because
if
you
they
know
want-
there's a lot of people that play that way.
But they'll be like, you're going to play power level, or you're going to go into our nice, shiny Warhammer
man.
community website.
I don't see them taking points out of books ever.
I think they'll leave the baseline no matter how terrible they know it is. Because someone like can play a game without having to do extra stuff.
I'm saying you can play power level.
So you put power level in there?
You keep power level in there.
I don't
That's
know.
all. That's all you keep. You keep it. You
Okay.
just take those 2 pages out. Anyone can play the game still.
Yeah, you need some way to play the game. So yeah, maybe it's power level. I agree with that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to save G-Dub money, okay?
Yeah.
And give them slowly push to the digital universe.
I know they're working on it. Look,
Yeah.
we actually are quite happy with the state of things right now.
Until we see the results from this weekend, and we'll find out. No, the game's in a great place. I think.
I think it's good,
It's like
right?
maybe a faction and a half that are probably
Yeah.
problematic, and that's it.
Yeah, I think it's fun. You said the most Warhammer player thing to me a couple weeks ago. It was in like one of the group chats. I was like, mission pack is great. Everything's looking good, and you're like, yeah, it looks good until they find what's broken in it. I'm like, you're complaining about not having a problem yet. You're preemptively
Not having a
complaining.
problem yet. I'm anticipating a problem.
I was like, this is the most Warhammer player
I'm just
thing
thinking
ever.
there's certain people that have other channels in the universe that play in tournaments a lot
Yeah.
that might find something
They're
in
running their
England.
labs to
They're
break
in their
the
labs
code.
right now, and they're just like, I'm from England. Anyway, so there.
You're not wrong, which
Yeah.
is why.
But you also have to have those people in the game because they will be the people that will fix the game.
Yeah.
Because they fix the game by being terrible.
They can be terrible, so the rest of us can just play the game.
Yeah, exactly.
We can learn from the game being
They're
broken.
terrible. It's like, don't do that.
Yeah, basically.
100 racks, not fun for anyone.
God. Yeah, don't play Farsight successor as Farsight.
yeah.
Oh, that
Within a
was
far sight of another far sight.
You're like, well, technically, I'm like, look, a rose by any other name.
Yeah.
So. Anyways, back on track. We were saying how positive we're being. We're positive.
Yeah.
We're happy
But
about
we're
the
going
game
about
right
people. We're not coming about G-Dub. It's just like,
now. Oh,
don't.
that's true. Yeah. Look, the missions are cool. The points are in a great place. It's interesting. It's fun. Necrons are happy. When
Necron.
Necron players are happy, everyone's happy.
Necrons.
Mount robots.
Necrons.
Thanks, Sarah. Melody, Krakanos, Crapco, digital designer, and myself are playing some games all day tomorrow in prep for GT this weekend. Gonna be a ton of fun.
That's awesome. They are at.
The Show Me State, which is
Yeah, that's all I remember.
But it's the Show Me Say GT. Is that happening this weekend?
the
Yes.
Show Me GT. Yeah.
Show Me GT.
Is that
Is it
Missouri?
I think that's what the
Oklahoma.
conclusion we came to.
No, Missouri.
Oklahoma's what I said,
I don't know,
and
I
it
don't know.
wasn't it.
It's Missouri,
I think
then.
it's Missouri.
Yeah, Missouri.
Missouri.
So all these lovely people have traveled, and they're gonna play. So that's awesome. Don't burn yourselves out, but
Burn yourselves in.
yeah,
And don't have nightmares of Adrian.
don't have nightmares of me.
Yeah.
Have fun. As always, post stuff on Discord if you guys are cool with it. Best of luck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fun.
That's
fun.
gonna be that's a big event. That gets over at least easy over 100 people.
Yeah,
I know.
that's great.
Yeah.
Been doing it for a couple
So
of
The
much
years.
whole
fun
state
going.
of Missouri is going to be there.
Yeah, Missouri.
Yeah, all 100.
Good old St. Louis. Go get some barbecue. If it's in Missouri, barbecue.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah, that sounds really good right now. Thanks, Josh. First GT next week. Thoughts?
Ooh. Yeah, go.
Ob 6?
Silent King.
The OBSEC Dynasty, Silent
Yeah.
King,
Chrono. Vale.
NB. Nightbringer.
Yes.
Nightbringer. Yes. Good. Yep.
Chronomancer with Veil, Technomancer with reroll charges, Warlord trait, 3x5 score pack, 3x4 Wraiths, 3x3 Tomb Blades, 3 Scarabs, Plasma Sight, 1 CP to start.
Woof.
Oof.
How did
This
you
is like
spend that
all-
much? Doesn't Silent King give you
He's going a bunch
2
of.
or 3?
You do 3.
How do you start with
impossible.
1?
You
What?
might have more than you think.
You spent 8 command points?
Because he has 3 characters. No, 2 characters.
Chrono with the Veil.
Silent King gets his Warlord trait. That's it. That's 1 point.
Yeah. The
And it's
Techno
all-
reroll charge.
I think you start with 4, my dude.
Yeah, you're good. You got more CP there, for sure. I don't see. I'm not sure about the Tomb Blades. I see you want mobility, but the score packs are fast. Your scarabs are fast.
More Scarabs.
More scarabs, yeah. I like that. More scarabs is my call. Make sure you got that CP back up there. We missed some. What's our
No, yeah.
what's our troops?
Yeah,
anywhere?
this is more than one detachment.
Oh, so 6 points. He's sucking in 6 points.
So it's like an outrider and
And an elite one, spearhead.
Yeah, because 3 wraiths,
Yeah.
3...
Yeah,
Cortex.
it's an outrider. Yep.
Okay.
Or is it maybe it's 2 outriders? Who
that's
knows?
where all the no, cause you can't fit three elites into outriders.
Yeah, you can split them because you can put 2 and
I thought
2.
you only get one elite slot.
No, you get 2 and
No,
2.
it's
2?
2 and 2 and everything.
So it could be.
Wait, that's not enough, though. There's 6 elites here.
Tell he's taking another one. He's taking the other one.
So it's a Vanguard
Wraith's
and an
fast
outrider.
Vanguard,
attackers,
yeah, Vanguard, that's what it's
Vanguard,
called,
yeah.
Okay, so now we know what the points are, so that's
Gotcha.
legit. Okay, got it.
I still think you could pull just a little bit for just the triple immortals to get the battalion. Gives you the 6 elites. I feel like, yeah, I'm in the same spot. I would if you're looking for points.
Yeah, you can drop the Tomb Blades
Drop
and
the
get
Tomb
more
Blades.
CP.
I love
And more
scarabs.
scarabs.
Like the scarabs with the secondaries and OBSEC.
Yeah.
They're so
Oh,
big.
the secondaries one, the
You just,
mission
like-
secondaries.
Yeah, run into there, do the canoptic action.
Yeah,
So
Good.
yeah, it's really good.
overall, though, I love that this list, everything has a purpose. Everything does. what it
And
needs to.
everything is really kind of nasty.
It's
I mean,
just gonna
except for the
keep
support,
coming.
except for the
Tomb Blades?
Yeah, but Doom Blade, isn't it?
yeah, the Tomb Blades. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Get scarabs, more scarabs.
Yeah. This list just keeps going. Like, this is a wave after wave kind of list, which is cool.
Yeah, a lot of problems, and they're going to be focused on one thing.
Exactly.
So
Best of luck, Josh. Have fun.
yeah,
Yeah.
Thanks, Fate Stay Dreamer. We have a Grey Knight list here.
Cup.
Too bad John's
yeah.
out.
Okay, I'm going to go to bed right now because I don't know anything about this.
Yeah.
So it's Prescient Brethren with a chaplain, a WAP.
Cool.
WAP.
World
Yeah,
of
let's not
Power.
say that again. Keep on going.
EA Games.
Uh-huh.
We have a librarian.
Uh-huh.
The VOD of this show. White Scars. An entire White Scars army. An apothecary with
Golem divination.
Pally Ancient with Sanctuary. Unyielding Anvil. 2x10 paladins.
Ooh.
10
2 by 10.
10 hammers, 4 side cannons, the whole Horus Heresy, and an army of renown.
You're killing me.
I can't do Grey Knight acronyms. They're so hard.
I would only go with one paladin squad.
This is 60% of his army is paladins.
Yeah, I would. I
think
would
he-
get
I think
Terminators.
that's what he wants. Oh, okay.
I'm taking out. Have your one block of 10 pallies.
Yeah.
And then the other, and just get Terminators.
Points. Oh, okay.
That not having core really messes them up in the end. You can't go all in on them.
They don't have core?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
core?
Yeah, paladins have
No.
core.
No, you're crazy.
What?
Don't look at the app.
Paladins have to have core.
No, they do not.
What?
No
What?
core for
I was
pallies.
gonna say there's
because they're
straps are
special weird
expensive.
elite. Because the fluff makes sense why they're not core, but it's still dumb.
They're not OBSEC.
They're definitely core. All Space Marine infantry is core except servitors.
That's interesting.
and
Oh, it is
characters.
core. What was I thinking? Oh, they don't. There's something they don't get. Okay,
they don't
they're
get-
knights.
One gets OBSEC or...
There's something they don't
don't
get.
get OBSEC.
What's something? There's something Grey Knighty they don't get.
OBSEC? There is something they don't get.
Grey
John!
Knights,
I mean, all
Satanic
the-
Astaris is something they don't get. It's something. What does the Terminators get?
OBSEC, because they're troops.
Yeah,
Are they
right.
troops?
No, they're elites.
No, Terminators are
No,
troops.
no. The Paladins are elites.
Yes, but the
regular
Terminators
Paladins
are
are
troops
troops.
and they're OBSEC,
Yes.
which
That's a
Paladins
big
don't
reason.
get.
So
Big
my
reason.
point still stands is that you want to take.
And you can give OBSEC in this army.
That's what you
Sure.
yeah,
That
but you
could
go to
be
one.
an acronym that we see here. Could be White
be
Scar is
WAP.
actually with so much OBSEC.
Yeah.
I do feel bad, Fate State Dreamer, because we
Do not because you can
we're
see
the
we
B
don't
team.
know anything.
We're
That's
not
why
even
we're
the
gonna
B
be.
team
Yeah,
here.
we're the B team.
I
With
will
this.
grab the book real quick.
You made it really difficult.
We're professionals.
WAP. Wisdom of Prescience? EA. That's a spell, I think.
Man, I don't even think I've touched this book like physically in a long time.
Librarian with Veil of Destruction. And White Scars.
Wait, are you still making them up, or are we?
No, I think
you
He's
reading
just
chat?
trying to figure it out. He's trying to break his brain.
WAP, I think, is Wisdom
Word of Power.
No, that's not very Grey Knight. EA is definitely a spell. And I think VOD is a spell. Or no.
VOD is Vortex of Doom.
Oh.
On the mortal wounds.
Yeah. And White Scars is
No Drago either.
no Drago.
You think Drago's...
Drago. I mean, since you're not doing you're not doing any Dread Knights.
I'm always disappointed by Drago. Like, whenever John puts Drago on the table, I'm like, cool. That's like 200 points. It's going to do nothing. But that might also be
Every game
thing.
I've seen Drago on a table, even since the beginning of time.
That's true.
Paladins don't get a Brotherhood?
That's what it is. I knew it. That's what it is. I knew it was
That
something.
is weird.
Yeah.
What the heck? And what does
Yeah,
that
because
mean?
that's right. The fluff reasons because they're like, they've taken from the best taken from everything.
Yeah.
That's the whole story. It's kind of like their Death Watch.
But that just makes them worse.
Makes
If
it worse.
their goal was to be the best,
I'm talking
no one ever
about.
why would they choose to be the worst?
Interesting.
Yeah, that's right. It's the Brotherhood.
Yeah, so...
That's
Warp shaping. WS.
That's White Scars. Yeah.
That's changing the
Yeah, the tides.
tides.
That's you have to have that.
Okay, so they have set special litanies. Look, we're getting through this. Words of power. It is.
Wow.
Totally. No.
No. Stop.
What's EA?
We'll tell you later.
Peter, we'll tell you later.
What you're
EA
doing.
games.
EA. Well, I'm still doing Word of Power.
Exceptionally awesome.
Oh yeah, Word of Power is the Mortal Wounds one, which you also pair with Prescient Brethren. I know that. EA. Well, it's not a litany.
We knew
Is
that.
there a chappy there?
Probably
Chap?
This is on the chappy, so it's probably a relic. I like how we're like,
But we're not really giving. He's only asking our thoughts. So I say get the 10.
Oh, it kept going. There's also 20 interceptors.
Oh, he has to have those. But
With
you need.
swords.
Why aren't you doing 5x5s?
2x10.
Is there people do the
You could
2x5?
combat squad them.
Oh, you
That's
can
right,
combat
that's
them.
right, that's right,
Yeah,
that's right,
yeah. So if you have, well, I think, yeah, the 10 gives you flexibility.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say the main thing is, yeah, probably too many paladins. Other than that, I like it. I'm a fan.
Yeah, and you can get those points and get a Drago.
Get a Drago. Empiric amplification.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good spell.
Cool. Well, there you go, Fate Stay Dreamer. Hopefully we gave some help.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Look, you knew John wasn't here. You knew what you were getting yourself into.
Well, I know where I'm not asking a question next time.
Yeah, he's like, can I get a refund on this? Give him a free John question for later.
Yeah, look, DM John.
Yeah.
And if you have any questions about Titan's Terrain, also ask John.
Yeah.
Last one of the night, and it's very generous. Thank you so much, Connor.
Connor.
Connor, bringing it in.
Thank you.
They're laughing a lot. But seriously, thanks, Titans, for making staying late at the office a lot better. Bridger, your wargaming attitude is what I aspire to, and ABC is true. And Adrian, your ability to roll ones and just move on is really a thing to admire. Y'all make life better.
Aw, thank you so much,
Aw,
Connor.
that's a good way to end it.
Means a lot.
Aw.
Yeah, look, we just love what we do, and we're lucky to do what we do. So, we have an awesome community. You guys are what makes it happen, especially with generous donations like
Yeah.
that. Oh my
And
god.
Yeah, people are like Connor.
If you're still in the office after 10 p.m., and it can only be later in most places in the world,
Maybe his office.
earlier.
Maybe his office is at a bar and he's a bartender.
Yeah. Another day in the office, you
Yeah.
know. He's got the stream
Yeah,
on.
his stream is on.
Full
And the
volume.
people are like, we want to watch the game. Well, the game's over. We're watching Titans.
This is the game. It's game night.
Yeah. That'd be such a crazy thing. I'm surprised no bars do you just do YouTube streams. That'd be kind of crazy. Do a Twitch bar, you go and you'd be like, oh, there's playing the League of Legends championship.
there-
and all
I
that.
there
remember,
were esports bars.
Yeah. I remember. Oh, that's right. I remember that.
Briefly.
There was one of the breweries downtown where we met up one time. I don't remember what it was. It was someone's birthday, anyways. And they were showing YouTube stuff, or streamers. It might have even been Twitch. And I was like, oh, that's cool. But then of course the bartender's like, this is the point that we're at. We're just people watching other people play games. And I'm like,
Wow.
Like
I'm
real game?
all right,
like
dude.
other? Yeah.
I was like, do you like
Okay,
football?
dude.
Like,
Yeah. Exactly.
sports?
Yeah.
And it's just like I don't have this conversation right now.
Well, there you go. That's your next business proposition is Tabletop Titans Bar.
Yeah.
Bar and Grill.
A sports
bar and grill.
Bar and grill. Look,
John can be the manager of that.
I made a case for it when we moved in. John would be the manager of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just want to see him just cleaning glasses with
just-
in the back.
Just big giant beer mug, the Steins.
Yeah. He's just always sighing. And
Yeah.
somehow there's always a dirty mug.
Yeah.
It's actually probably clean, but he's still cleaning.
Yeah.
Anyways, one more.
We got
snuck
one
in there.
more.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it's up. It's Connor again.
Oh, thanks again, Connor. Do I do the donation of memberships now at Saturday game?
I'd wait for Saturday,
Give me
yeah.
the data. Saturday, because there's not many people here right now that aren't members. So there's a chance that some of them will be lost.
Yeah.
So wait till Saturday. Yeah, do it Saturday.
Yeah. And we can
still
thank
be
you
here.
again.
Look, we'll still be here. So
We'll be here. Again, big thank you, Connor. Appreciate it. Again, Nick, thank you for coming on.
Glad to be on.
Been a pleasure.
Get to fly to Dallas tomorrow.
Oh, exciting
Woo!
stuff. Yeah, so you're going to Lone Star Open.
Going to Lone Star. That's still a couple weeks away, but I'm going there. Gonna go check out. Speaking of Bell Lost Souls, I'll see some of my Bell Lost Souls friends. We won't talk about it. I don't know any of them. Anyway,
Don't tell them that you know us.
well, yeah. Anyway, so the Texas crew. Hanging out there,
That'll be cool.
doing my hike and doing all my stuff. So yeah,
That's
classic.
great. That's awesome. Well, and we'll be sure to have you on for some Crimson Fist or something else. That'll be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, again, thank you as always for spending your dearly earned time with us. We really appreciate it. And again, stuff coming up Saturday. We're going to be back at it. Bridger and I still running the ghost ship this week. It's going to be us with Shane back in the house that you might have seen once on stream before. It's going to be a ton of fun. He's like my childhood best friend, and so I'm super excited to have him on.
Ask anime questions. Just get all the anime questions ready. So if you have anime questions, he's like baby John. But he's actually older than John, so he actually knows knows
him
more.
and John,
They brought up
have
on
they
anime.
ever?
Yeah, they have. It's
Yeah.
my god, watching those two guys play a game of Warhammer is the funniest thing. They're literally just like negging themselves the whole time. They're like, oh, well, I'm gonna do this, but like it won't matter because you're. And they're like so. They're both like apologizing and like not thinking like they can do it.
Yeah.
And I'm just like.
They're both standing and looking at the same table and going, I think you got me.
Yeah. It's like really polite.
And then
game,
both
but-
of them being like, I'm going to tell you how to beat me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, you can beat me this way. No, but you should beat me this way.
It's the funniest thing. So, like, we love them both. So it's going to be fun with Shane. And, of course, lots of exciting stuff coming up next week. So definitely stay tuned for that. And if you became a member today, welcome. Don't forget, you can vote for our Tuesday game and join in. That's going to do it for us. We'll catch you guys next time on the Tabletop.
Bye.